Hello Earth2 community, and welcome back to another update about what's going on in the project. Today we're going to look at the payout system, the controversy, and the community's response. We heard from Shane about this topic today. This is Earth2 in the know, and let's get into it. So if you spend any time on social media, I'm sure you've seen someone complaining about payouts and how they've been taking a very long time. And then someone else probably chimed in with well, I got my withdrawal in 3 days. It's probably your bank. The point being that it surely varies case to case and user to user. On the Discord channel, there's a very nice lady who is the community manager. Apparently she was being harassed by some users, so Shane actually addressed the community. Let's take a look at what he said. It's a bit of a detailed post, so strap in, because it could be a minute before you get to take the good old snack run. As always, Shane's words will be in quotation marks, and mine simply will not. I'm just not that important. Let's get into it. Hey guys. Hope you're all well. I know our community loves to speculate, which can be a lot of fun. Sometimes we can confirm speculation, which is really cool, but other times we just cannot disclose that information. What we take from this is that the team encourages people to think about what the future holds. However, they do not wish to let it evolve to a point of aggression. I feel for the CM in the front lines at times, unable to comment on specifics while also knowing some details about the case. She gets caught in the middle and tries to do the best that she can. He then goes on to say, we don't expect people to understand all the various compliances required in the finance industry, but often people come to the wrong conclusions on why a withdrawal might take time. Already it seems like Shane is trying to be compassionate to the plight of the user, all while trying to share the burden of the CM's constant levels of stress that come with that particular job. It is a very difficult situation. We have people speculating on what they hear from others, and we're unable to make any public statement on those specific cases. This must be a very difficult situation to be in, to want to address the concerns of the community, however needing to follow legalities when it comes to handling fraud. Back to Shane, he says, I know for a fact the accounting team have been actively sending emails out to communicate any issues and offer resolutions. Some people really do choose to ignore reading those emails or options. At least they definitely don't convey those details to the community. Working with the public for decades, I can almost guarantee you there are entitled people who feel they are too important to read those emails, even if it benefits them. Unfortunately, that's the case. Shane says, a trend the team has noticed is some prefer to come online and try to skip the queue by putting pressure on the team. We have blatantly seen people say they're going to do this or subtly hint that's what they're going to do in general chat. He goes on to say, if the team prioritizes those putting pressure on publicly, it becomes unfair to others who are working with the team and waiting patiently, communicating via the support. We totally get this. You should not be able to bully your way through the queue. No one ever should be rewarded for this kind of behavior. Sometimes our team do deeper checks on accounts for withdrawal validity. Like, for example, not mentioning anyone specific, but if he deposited $1,000, withdrawn over $30,000, then had another $10,000 withdrawal, there might be some additional checks to ensure all is okay. End quote. Continues with, now, does that mean someone from accounting can jump into it right away? No, it may get flagged first level, then they need to wait if others are ahead of them in the queue. Seems legit to me. Shane goes on to say, he doesn't want to wait, so he jumps online, referring to cases he knows no real specifics about, pulls people in to support him, and puts more pressure on the team. End quote. Now, we have no idea who Shane is referring to. We don't even know if that's a real case or if it's just a what-if scenario. Nor do we think it's relevant to the point. However, it sounds like behavior they have seen firsthand, why it's been addressed. Shane also says, It's surreal watching it from our side, as we know specifics the community does not know. We are sure there are things going on that the community is not privy to. We are also sure that some people feel like they should get preferential treatment in this world. Back to Shane. Another example is when MasterCard suddenly say, hey, we have a new compliance system, which means we have to implement a completely new system onto our website. Sounds fun, right? We cannot just drop everything and get it done, especially when we have things like resource OU and crypto in the process. This creates backlogs because the previous system cannot process until the new compliancy requirements are updated. Yet another example is if our banking partners want to know we're doing deeper compliance checks, or they want to know a specific case because something flags in their system. There are so many more that I am not familiar with. The industry changes regularly, and the recent occurrences in the crypto world has them on edge. That's true. They know they're about to lose all those fees they get from the people. This talking point is basically saying that regulation can be a real problem with companies constantly having to adapt to new payment systems, especially anything blockchain. Shane says, the irony is when people come online and make a big scene about it and twist the situation. It does put pressure on our banking relationships, which puts pressure on our payout options. Options that we have worked very hard to create. End quote. We're about to take a big step into the unknown. We're doing it while trying to remain as compliant as possible. End quote. I think moving forward, if you have an issue with your withdrawal, the team would appreciate it if you contact via support or just DM the CM. I am sure she still wants to help as best as she can. Shane continues with, it's just too complicated for our team to respond to private specific cases in a public chat room, being very limited in what they can say while the other person can just say whatever they want without anyone being able to validate it. Verbal vomit, right? Love those guys. We're actually going to side with the team on this one because this is how it should be to begin with. What other companies do you know that you can jump into the Discord and be aggressive towards staff and expect a good outcome? So Shane's about to finish up. He says, in addition to it being difficult for our team, it also understandably upsets others who can only go from what they have to read from one side. Because as he said, the team cannot respond with facts as it violates confidentiality. The last thing he said was, it's not sustainable to keep trying to handle specific private matters in a public forum. Summing things up, we see the frustration from both sides of this situation. If people are causing delays to everyone because of being bad actors, that truly is unfair to the players. That said, it is also unfair for players without the proper knowledge to cause friction for people simply trying to do their jobs. Plus, even though he received blowback from certain players, how good was it for the CEO to take time to directly address these concerns? Most CEOs would have told you to take it up at the next shareholders meeting. I mean, if we're being totally honest. We would not be doing our due diligence to the community if we didn't open this topic up for discussion. So what do you guys think? Is the pay system sustainable as it sits? Should they hire more staff to make this a more streamlined practice? There are a lot of angles to look at this topic from, and we're sure most have an opinion on whether or not they think the system needs revamping. There are a million things in life that can be done better, and we only hope that this situation is one everyone can meet in the middle on. Anyway, time flies when you're having fun. So we're going to wrap this up today, and as always, we would like for you to join us on our journey to the metaverse. You can do that by hitting that like, sub, and notify. We'd love to have you. We do weekly giveaways, sometimes multiple a week, and we put out videos almost daily that prove E2 is definitely here to stay. Don't forget the western area of Sierra Leone and all those yummy resources are dropping tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure that it's definitely tomorrow this time. And hey everyone, as always, we cannot wait to see you in the Earth 2 metaverse. Have a fantastic night. Don't sweat the small stuff. And just be chill.